Hello, welcome to Java Video Tutorials. Well, this is lesson 1. I actually already have a lesson 1 while I'm recording, and that's because I'm redoing the lessons. These are all really old and 4x3 and I don't know, I just did them a long time ago and it's time to upgrade. I'm going to be putting these on YouTube now, and so hopefully it'll be a lot better experience for my viewers. So let's get started. You guys are here to learn Java, obviously. You don't need any prior programming experience. These lessons are all free. If you're interested in helping me out, you can go over here and click one of these buttons and send me a donation, or just drop me a line and say hello. You can do this contact form, and I know reCAPTCHA is getting really silly lately. I don't know how you'd type in that expression, but hopefully one of them will work out. So there's another one with a cube there. There's one. Man, these are just all crazy. Okay, you could probably do that one. And send me a note. You can read some information about the website, but we're interested in the videos and Java learning, so we're going to get started. And so the very first thing we need to do is get your computer all set up to write Java programs, and I'm going to help you do that. So the first thing we need to do is go download the development kit for Java. Most of you probably have the runtime environment already installed, but in order to write Java programs, you need to be able to compile them, and there's some other tools. So you need the development kit. So since I'm an old-fashioned guy, before Oracle bought Sun Microsystems, the URL was java.sun.com, and the URL still works now. I don't know what it will be in the future. But if you can get to a page that looks like this, or it'll probably look different in the future, but in order to future-proof this video, let's say Java JDK download, you can put that in your favorite search engine and it will most likely be the first result, and you'll get somewhere, and you're looking for this right here, Java JDK. And right now it's 7. In the future it will most likely be 8 or 9, or maybe they'll do something crazy and call it Java X, or who knows. But that's what we want right now, so go ahead and click it. There's lots of stuff, but get the one that's for your PC. I don't know about Mac. Maybe there's different links if you have a Mac. But surely there's some, I know there's a JDK for Mac, so don't worry about that. Go ahead and accept the license agreement. So I'm on a Windows 64 machine, so I'd click this guy right here. Of course, I already have the Java JDK installed, but let's go ahead and click that just to see. All right, so it's downloading, and then you'll open it up, and I'll say run. And it's just going to take me through the installation. So I've already done that. So go ahead and pause the video and come back when you have that done. Alright, so once you get that, that JDK installed, we are going to want to install, or at least download, our IDE. Now, the IDE I like to use for this, for these courses at least, is called Dr. Java. And many of you will write to me and you will say, how come you don't use Eclipse? How come you don't use JCreator? How come you don't use Notepad++? How come you don't use this? How come you don't use that? Just don't do it. This is what I use, and it's good for these lessons, and I'll show you why. You can download the one that applies to you. Even though I'm on Windows, I use the jar file. Everybody should be able to use the jar file. But the Windows app or the Mac OS X app should work just fine. Make sure you use the beta release for now, since the stable release, it's pretty old, as you can see. It's actually more than a year old, but it only supports Java 5 and 6, and we just downloaded version 7 here. So only the beta version works. Maybe in the future this won't be beta anymore. But go ahead and download one of those, and I've already got it downloaded. And you won't need to install it because it's written in Java, so it just runs right on the Java virtual machine. So that's pretty much all you have to do. Let me do a couple more setup things. So once you download that, you'll be able to run it. And when you run it, it looks like this. Give it a second to open. And you might get this message asking if you want to associate Java files with Dr. Java. I'm going to go ahead and say no. You probably want to click yes. So let me put this in your window. Alrighty. So this is what our development environment looks like. Now down here you see compiler JDK 7.0. This is probably the only one you'll have available. If there's nothing here, or if you have, if this does not say compiler ready like that, you might want to go to Tools, or sorry, Edit and Preferences, and you go to Resource Locations, which is the first one, Tools.jar locations. So we click there, and I'm going to put in C program files x86 and then Java. That's not correct. It's Java and then JDK 1.7 and then not bin, but live. And there's tools. Select. And so that way it knows where to find your stuff to compile these programs you're going to be writing. A couple more things. You might want to look through display options, fonts and colors if you like them. I like to have a dark background. The default is white, I think, but here are my colors if you want to copy those. Let's see, miscellaneous. You can do indent level. I think this is 2 by default, but I like 4, just a bit easier to see things. Let's see, there's line numbers somewhere, which you probably want to show. Probably in display options, show all line numbers. So if you want to check that. And I think that's all we need to look at for now. And now, hey, you're ready to write Java programs, so you can go to this Interactions tab here. Now, this is a feature of Dr. Java that is not in Eclipse, and it's not in any other IDE I know of, but it's really cool because you can run Java expressions right from this little interactive prompt. So, for example, I can say 5 plus 5, and we get a 10 because 5 plus 5 is a valid Java expression, and it will just evaluate it and print out the answer. So that's really, really cool, and it's really helpful for this learning process because we're going to do a lot of stuff down here, and I'll be able to show you some code and how it works without writing a whole program. For example, math.pow, I know that this raises any number to any other power, and I can do it right there, and I don't have to write a whole program around using this code. So that's really cool. One other thing I want to show you is how to work with the command line. So I'm going to do this run command here. You can open that with the Windows key and pressing R, and just type in CMD, and that will open up your command prompt. So this is what mine looks like, and you can what we want to be able to do is to run Java programs from this command line. So if I type Java, you'll see I actually get something out, but that didn't come for free. I had to do something. So go ahead and push the Windows key and then pause break, which is on a laptop you might have to use the function key, But it should bring up this window. If you can get here, there are other ways to get here. But basically you want to go to Advanced System Settings and then click on Environment Variables. And then down here you want to go to Path, click on Path, and then Edit. And you want to make sure that Java is somewhere in this long string. So this is a really long string, so I'm going to copy it and paste it into Notepad so you can see what it looks like. See how long that is? But you can see somewhere in here, if you look really hard, you can see I've got this right here. Program files, Java, JDK 1.7, bin. And so this is, since this is in my path, what I'm able to do is anytime I put something in the command line, it looks at all of these folders and it tries to find what you typed. So if I type Java, it'll look through all these folders and it will find a program called Java in this folder. So if I go copy this and look in my drive in that folder, you'll see in that folder I've got all these different tools. One of them is java.exe, another one is javac.exe. This is your compiler, and this is the Java virtual machine. It will run your programs, this will compile your programs, right? So if we as long as we have that in our system path, where was it? It was, yeah. As long as we have that in our system path, we'll be able to run Java directly from the command line. We'll also be able to compile things directly from the command line. And that's always good in case something does not support, something in Dr. Java does not support, like, there are a few things. I can't really speak of any right now, but also the command line is a lot faster. So if you're doing a lot of output, you might want to do your program in the command line rather than in Dr. Java, but that's just how it is. So first thing I want to do is write a simple program for you, and you won't have to know anything about this, but just to write the simplest program and make sure that everything works. This is your canonical Hello World program. Hopefully we won't end up writing Hello World though. So I'm just going to write this. You can follow along or just watch. And go. Okay, and this is the simplest program you can write in Java that actually does something. So I'm going to hit F5 or click compile here, and it's going to ask me where I want to save it, and I'll just save it as hello. Now this is important. Anytime you have a public class something, this has to go in the same file of the same name. So if I call it hello, it's going to be hello.java. And so don't change this. Just make sure it's the same name, hello.java. And I can just type in .java, or it'll do it automatically for me. Go save, and you'll see compilation completed. And now to run the program, I just type in Java and that name. And there we go. So that's all I have for you today. Come back for lesson 2, and we're going to do some cool math stuff. And hopefully it won't be too difficult. It'll actually be really easy. You'll be bored. But come back anyway, and it'll be fun. Bye.